days before where I have drunk like a whole 24 pack and I ain't drunk at all. By myself in a day, and I'm just perfect fucking foin, very foin.
Look at that.
Not fine, foin. Fucking crazy.
Well,
maybe it's the muscles.
It might be.
It might be the muscles.
Because I know that way back in the day, I'd say like, 5 or 6 years ago, Rob would go to the bar and would get hammered, and then we would go to the gym, or we'd go to the gym before we went to the bar for him to get hammered, and then it took like a couple days for him to recover. And so he was like, screw the getting hammered, I'll just go work out.
See? See?
So maybe that's what happened. I don't know. Who knows? I always like how Skype always wants me to tell them the call feedback. How was the quality?
I was honest the last couple times and said it sucked.
I would have told him the same.
The new Skype is garbage. I don't like the new Skype. Well, you used to be able to add people to the call very easily. Now you got to go through this process.
You know, they make it
like I want to have 50 of my friends on Skype with me.
Like, I don't get it. Like, they call this stuff making everything easier, but they're making it more complicated.
And I believe there is Pete Unger. How are you, sir?
I'm very good. I'm very good.
you sound like you're not sure how you're doing.
I'm driving, and I'm driving in thick traffic.
It's never fun.
Here and there.
It's never fun.
No, I'm doing fine.
We've got Reverend Pete Unger with us today.
Reverend?
Reverend Pete Unger. That's what he calls himself.
Yeah. Well, actually, that was a mistake.
Yeah, because I'm thinking.
Jump in there.
They usually call me by my first name.
I'm thinking, Reverend, what the fuck are you doing on this show?
You called yourself Reverend.
No.
Formal.
See, there's a difference. When I said Reverend, I said if I was, because y'all said the way I dress, I said if I was a Reverend, I'd be Reverend Do Wrong or Mr. Can't Get Right. There's a difference. There's a big difference.
How do we find you?
It's a formal title, and it's too formal. It doesn't fit me.
How do we find you on social media?
Basically, on Revern Nation, Spotify, basically a lot of the music sites. I've also had some. I've written a couple of books that have been put on Amazon, and one of them has a CD of music.
So you're a jack of all trades, pretty much.
We have to be. Authors have to be.
Well, this was more for, fundraiser for the church, and we ended up putting it on Amazon. It wasn't that ambitious. It was a devotional book, and from a more liberal Christian standpoint, trying to get people to get away from judgmentalism and moralism and understand, have a different understanding of a walk, spiritual walk. So, we ended up loading it up on Amazon.
You're asking like a big thing for people like not to be judgmental. That is like huge.
It is incredibly tough in the church, in certain traditions.
I mean,
oh my God.
It's
a specialty. Oh, it's a specialty. Absolutely. It's unfortunate because it's the opposite of what Christ was about. But unfortunately, that the longer you have an institution around, and the more the people get invested in the beliefs of that tradition, the more they tend to get judgmental from one perspective or another. Yeah, definitely.
And see, this one thing I let people know, like when they meet me, I don't know, I haven't reached that higher phase, but I am past judgment.
Say that again?
I said I haven't reached that higher stage of enlightenment.
Yeah, I don't think any of us ever reach.
But
we never totally get there.
But I am past the stage of judgment. Like I don't really care to judge nobody no more. Like,
didn't you just call me goody two shoes?
No, that's not judging. You're stating the fact.
That's judging.
Take your time, guys.
Okay. See, that's where like we get mistaken. As you being a reverend, we kind of get confused between facts and judgment. Like the facts or the facts.
Yeah. Well, the fact is that, Christ was all about love, and, that was the preeminent thing he taught, was grace and love. And he then asked people after he accepted them to try to live in a better way, but he always started by accepting people and loving them. And it's really been reversed in a lot of churches, where we kind of send a message out that we'll only accept you if you agree with us and accept what we believe and we teach, and in a very narrow way, and then you can receive some love and grace. And that's really not what Christ was about. But
if only you could be my neighbor.
Well, it's been a gradual process of growth. I didn't reach this point overnight, but you spend enough time in the church, you begin to realize that this can't be the way it's supposed to be. So, yeah, there are good people in churches, but you do unfortunately run into the type that we're talking about.
I bump into those a lot.
Yep. Well, the longer institutions are around, the more they tend to become the primary thing instead of the secondary thing.
It's becoming an institution pretty much, and not really faith and religion. It's more of a these are what the rules that we say, and this is this,
right,
and this is that.
That's exactly right.
And there is no. It started out as a movement, and it wasn't until like the 4th century that they made it into a official religion, and that was the beginning of turning it into an institution at Constantine, and ever since then it's kind of like that was the beginning of turning heaven into hell.
Yeah, it's a mixture of both in the church, but so you definitely can run into both, but unfortunately where people have invested themselves more in the institution and the building and the money and the turf, power, whatever, and narrow belief systems, all of those kind of things, then you can run into stuff that is more, I don't know if it's hell, but it certainly isn't heaven. Yeah, it's not where people are just accepting each other in more loving ways. Definitely.
I would definitely have to agree with that. What would you have to say, Jack?
Yeah, I'm retiring soon, and I can't wait to kind of just get together with friends and
retiring
in the living room. And
how old are you? How old are you? You sound like you in your mid-30s or something.
Say what?
You sound like you in your mid-30s. How the hell are you retiring?
Well, I'm retiring early. I also teach at a college, so I'm going to continue doing that. But I'm retiring early from ministry. I've had enough of the institutional church.
That's what it is, girl. If you don't stop,
Jay.
Yeah,
I'm speechless because I can't stalk him on social media. I can't share his book or anything. Why are you on the radio today?
How do we find you, Reverend? Because I found one thing on Reverb Nation, which was reverbnation.com/Rev Peter Unger. But that's it. There's no Twitter. There's no Facebook.
I can't share your book.
You know what?
You didn't even tell me the name of your book.
I kind of find what he did.
It's going to be hard to find because that was but the music's easier to find.
Okay.
But definitely not. I'm not famous. That's for. I mainly have used music in various worship settings and conferences and within the church. So it's definitely not mainstream.
Everybody doesn't want to be on a grid, Jay.
What?
Everybody doesn't want to be on a grid. Everybody don't want to be on the grid.
I'm definitely not on the grid. I'm definitely not on the grid. But under Reverend Peter Unger, which again is not what I go by, but somehow that became the title on the internet.
Became your
under
gimmick.
Reverend Peter Unger, you should be able to find music. But again, it's
we did. I did find some Reverb Nation. He's ranked #1 on Reverb Nation, by the way.
Oh, so we're gonna listen to it.
What's the area?
I am. Let's see. He's a Christian gospel country bluegrass artist.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
From Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
And
that would be me.
That would be you. I'm gonna play the track "Lord Guide Me Home."
That was pretty much a Christian gospel tune. Memories of God is that was a finalist in I think like the International USA Songwriting Competition.
Wow.
Memories of God.
Memories of God. Let me see if I can find that.
There's two. You don't want the one way at the bottom. You don't want the one way at the bottom. You want the one that's a little further up.
Yes, I found that one. Well, I will play that. So just hold on here on the line, and we'll play it. And I'll be back here in a few moments. Thank you, my friend.
All right. Absolutely.
When my body is failing and my mind starts to go, when my memories are all I have and they start to fade away. If I had no memories, would you love me anyway? Child, don't you worry about the memories of your years. They're in the part of God where He holds them so dear. You see, the memories of God, not like those of man. They last forever and can give life back again. Oh Lord, when I'm gone, they've laid me in the grave. When there are no longer loved ones to share the memories my life made, will you still think of me from time to time? Keep me alive in the memory divine. Child, don't you worry about the memories of your years. They're in the heart of God where He holds them so dear. You see, the memories of God, not like those of man. They last forever and can give life back again. The greatest of men leave a legacy behind, but even these fade with the passing of time. So who am I to hope that my memories will last when the ages have left me so long in the past? Child, don't you worry about the memories of your years. God, where He holds them so dear. You see, the memories of God, not like those of man. They last forever and give life back again. Now 1,000 years on earth are but one day up above, and the heart of God holds infinite love. And so I pray, Lord, when I no longer can hold on to you, that you hold me in your loving hands until I'm born anew. Child, don't you worry about the memories of your years. They're in the heart of God where He holds them so dear. You see, the memories of God, not like those of man. They last forever and can give life back again. They last forever and can give life back again.
Okay, there it is. Reverend
Hello?
Peter Unger.
There's only one of me.
There's only one of you. Well, you know, it's a hell of a deal, my friend. We've got a great guest with us today. He joins us live here in our broadcast, and you know, it's not a bad song, my friend.
What?
Well, it's, you know, a lot of the songs are reaching out to not unchurched people, because the point is not to get them to church. The point is to speak to spiritual needs of anybody out there who is, you know, and to try to do it in a very broad-based way. So a lot of the themes have to do with grace and speak to.
Well, it's a hell of a deal,
you know,
man. You know what you're doing.
I was placed.
Well, I don't know about that, but I tried.
Go, Jay.
I was I was enchanted. I mean, I was
It's not a bad little tune at all.
put back in a place before my record player broke, and I swear it felt like I was just. It was just like a tea time. It was just like, I can't describe it. It was just perfect. I mean.
Oh, well, that's very kind.
I didn't feel preached at. I didn't feel judged.
Oh,
I
no.
felt.
No.
I felt in a safe place.
Yep.
At peace.
Yeah,
at peace.
That's the goal. It's really to do the opposite of the preaching at people and moralizing, and it's really, people are not. That's not where it's at. That's why a lot of mainline traditions are dying. That's just not going to win people over. I teach the 18 to 23, 25-year-olds in college, and I know where those kids are coming from, and that's just not. That's not the way to reach them.
Yes.
It's just not where you're going to reach them. But that doesn't mean every song is great. I mean, some of them are, turn out better than others, and some, I had more coffee, whatever.
Add more coffee. That's awesome.
Yeah, I can't speak for the other songs, but this song, 5 cups of tea out of 5.
Look at that.
Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate that.
Big mouth, witty broad
The
has
5
spoken.
the 5 cups of tea there, old Derek. He
Well, I mean, I can't give it the Fonzie because I liked it. It was definitely different. It reminded me of the old 70s days of the music where it was
that I'm definitely influenced by that era.
1950. It reminded me of that.
It reminded me of the 70s, when it came on, almost like the songs of when the Partridge Family or Little House on the Prairie,
or before that,
like the songs that came on that was different. It was wholesome. It had a nice warmth feel to it.
Peace.
It was definitely different, and I must say, it wasn't bad at all. It was good.
The only hope I have for these songs, really, because it has nothing to do with money. It's just that they, to some extent offer some comfort, some perspective, hope, insight, and if they do that, because most of them were written for, I'm in a liberal church, and they were written to, for worship and from a broader perspective. So they were originally written for people that were showing up for a more contemporary kind of service, and so they were aimed at those for that purpose, not for any commercial. But I definitely was influenced by James Taylor, that whole era.
I can definitely hear it in the song.
Yeah, that was probably the main influence.
I don't know who I'm thinking of, but I can just see the record cover, and it's a black and white picture, but there's a guy on it, and that's what it reminds me of, is that.
Maybe it was James Taylor.
Yeah, I don't know.
I heard a lot of James Taylor when I was listening to that, so that was good stuff.
Gordon Lightfoot, James Taylor.
Gordon Lightfoot, the legendary Gordon Lightfoot.
The folk rock, that whole folk rock group. I was definitely came after the early folkies, but the folk rock.
The early folkies.
Into the 80s. Yeah, I'm not quite that old. But the Joan Baez, Bob Dylan crowd was before me. But definitely the later 70s, that period of time.
Well, I must applaud you. I must applaud you, sir. It was definitely different. And definitely good compared to what we usually hear.
Yeah, usually we got a bunch of screaming rock and roll guys.
I wasn't.
No. We can't forget the guys who sound like they're rapping in toilet stools.
Or these rappers who sound like they're rapping in toilets or locker rooms.
Or have a mouth that needs to be washed out by a mom with soap.
That too.
I guess that's
it was a good deal today. You provided us good alternative to some music today, my friend.
And if you hear that from me, you can definitely hear something. You can definitely believe it's true because I don't hype people up.
See, this is why
he looks right in my direction.
Yep.
This is why I tell people I do this show is because this show reminds me of WWJD. What would Jesus do? He'd hang out with prostitutes and Christian pastors.
Yep, you got it. That's that. How people
so when Michael Nagy gets here, he's the prostitute.
Come away with other understandings is beyond me, because he hung out with He hung out with marginalized folk. A lot of people who
he
weren't
hung out with
accepted, didn't fit in.
Like he hung out with the people who nowadays people would consider the lowlifes.
Yeah, exactly.
Lowlife.
Yeah,
I mean, but
he hung out with a whole broad section, but he absolutely.
Those were the ones that he
included
preached to.
those
Those
people,
were the ones that he wanted to be around. I mean, because it's true to what he says. Like
It's 'cause of love.
how can you teach a man that is so about pride? How can you teach someone that's so-called holy about being holy?
You can't.
Yeah.
When there's these other people that's lower to life and they know they're not, but they want to learn how to be.
Well,
Humility is definitely the mark of somebody who is, on some kind of spiritual path, whether it's the Dalai Lama or Mahatma Gandhi. I mean, these guys all had a certain humility about them, and I always get suspicious if somebody, if they get that high and mighty tone, it's not a good sign usually.
Well, I wasn't able to stalk you on social media, but I did share your page, your Reverb Nation page, with my 14,000 Facebook friends. So.
Oh, thank you guys. Well, if it offers some, it's all out there for free. So if it offers some hope, comfort, if it speaks to people in some way, that's pretty much.
Did he say for free?
Free.
What did I say?
Free.
Yeah, free. Yeah, it's pretty much for free. Yeah,
That's good.
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, because everybody like free stuff.
Yes, tell me about
It
it.
is. It's
I mean, like people would go get shit that's free, even though they ain't never gonna use it. They just because it's free.
Yeah, it's the best promo there is. Absolutely.
It's the best promo there is. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's just, unless you think there's a catch somehow, but yeah, it's the best way to go. But can I ask a question? Where are you guys?
We are in Kansas, but we are broadcasting to about 50-plus AM FM stations across the country and around the world.
Oh, you are? Okay. Whereabouts in Kansas?
Oh, you really don't care, but it's Hutchinson.
Hutchinson, Kansas, of all places. I always like to say
The
that.
capital of the world.
The what?
The salt capital of the world.
That's real salty. That's not a good thing, I guess.
We were
Need
probably
some
about
pepper.
a half hour from Wichita and
45 minutes.
Yeah,
Because I definitely detected a twang.
a twang.
From who? Hey, from which
Yeah.
one? From which one?
I didn't bring my jaw harp.
From which one? Which one? Like is it Jay?
It's me.
Is it Jag?
No,
or
I
is it
think
the
it's
black
you.
guy?
Or is it the black guy?
I'm on the phone, but there's no one of you had a twang.
It's me.
Is it that one?
Well, maybe a little, but the other, I think the
Me?
first guy.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit.
Me?
The way he said
He
me.
doesn't have a
I got a
Hey,
twang.
No.
That's awesome.
You do. You have
I
a,
got a twang, baby.
Yeah, you do. I guess so.
That's awesome.
you do have a little bit of a twang. I mean,
See, hey, that's a good thing. Maybe you can use it.
So-
The black guy doesn't have a twang.
Yeah.
No, the black
No.
guy doesn't. The black
I
guy.
don't
No.
know. I can't
The black guy doesn't.
He's-
have a
make
point.
those distinctions.
Hey,
He does all the time. Trust me.
like I don't have one. I'm a city boy though, so yeah.
Yeah, I don't hear a twang there. But
See,
there's
I'm
definitely-
a city boy, and that's crazy because a lot of people down here were like, "You sound country."
No.
How the fuck I sound country?
No.
Like me?
Why sound good or
Like I'd be like me?
me?
Country? Me? Oh, that sounds real funny. Like you're trying to impress me,
Yeah,
ain't you?
Well, no, I mean you can make that work for you. Twangs are, they.
You can make that work for me.
It works in a lot of
Yeah.
ways. I just don't have one. So I mean, I can lie
I'll
all
put that
day
one
and put
in
one
your
in my
voice.
voice, and it'll be just perfectly
Oh
fine.
no! Please don't ever do that
You did
again.
that pretty well.
I mean, I could do that.
I think I'll judge you
You got a pretty
now.
mouth, kinda. Yeah, that you did well there with that accent. But
Yeah.
no, I mean, yeah, Kansas. Holy cow!
Yeah,
I
don't
No,
come.
no, the cows aren't holy here in Kansas.
No, they're not. No, they're far
No?
from holy. Don't come to Kansas. The cows will probably rape you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking.
Really?
That's a horse thing.
Really?
Oh well, the
That's a
horses.
friend.
My
That's a
bad.
horse
My
thing.
I had
bad.
a friend who.
The horses will rape
Hello?
you. The cows will sit on your face.
Yeah.
Okay, hey, you were saying something, Rev. Well, we didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No. This. I feel like
He
We
feels
no,
like
I have
part
a
of the
friend
crew.
who just is moving to Wyoming, a little town in the middle of Wyoming, in Powell, Wyoming, and he sent me back a picture that said Lucy's sheep ranch, her camp, see sheep camp. So and then there were pictures of the center of town, and there was like a tractor, and I just, I'm an Eastern boy, so I'm trying to figure out,
Where do they park that thing, or what is it good for?
Well, yeah, exactly what the culture is out there, but yeah, Kansas, holy cow, that's great.
It's not that great.
It's not that great.
It's not that great. Well, how big is Hutchinson?
It's not.
It's great to visit.
No, it's not. You're gonna see a bunch of cows, horses,
Sheep, coyotes, cougars.
What do you do in Hutchinson?
Nothing.
I mean, what's there to do?
Nothing.
Nothing really.
Derek just kind of like runs away from the cops.
Nothing.
Say what?
Derek doesn't run from the cops.
I don't run from the cops. I'm legal. I let them pull me over and say, "What the fuck do you want? What the fuck do you want?
Exactly. That's what there is to do in
What the
Hutchinson.
fuck do you want?"
I cannot point a finger. I grew up in a little town in Vermont, and there were more sheep than up there. So
More sheep than people, as they say.
But sheep are keepers.
When you
Sheep are
sit there
keepers.
and
Sheep are keepers.
when you text your boss and says that I'm going to be late for work, and then send him a picture of the cows and the sheep crossing the road, you know you're from a small town.
That's pretty much rural Vermont.
Oh shit!
A traffic jam is a bunch of cows on the dirt road.
Oh, that's
there you go.
Yep.
Or the train.
Yeah.
Down here it's a train.
Yeah.
Down here it's definitely
Down
the
here
train.
it's a train.
In the middle of the day, the train just go through town.
And they don't just go through. They stop.
Yeah, they
back
stop, then they back up. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Oh yeah.
And then they go forward.
Oh yeah.
And then they stop again and they back up.
It's like they're trying to park a truck, but there's nowhere to park it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Or park a train, but where the fuck do you park a train?
So how long do you wait for a train to go by?
Sometimes 30 minutes.
Yeah, 30 minutes.
Sometimes 45.
Yeah.
Like
Some
literally.
education today.
Like literally, some of them are like a half mile or a mile long.
I remember in high school getting stuck right before, I couldn't get to my high school because the train.
Holy cow. That's unreal.
It's a hell of a deal.
And oh my god, it's so
You had
sad.
a twang right there. There was a twang at the end of the deal.
See? It is.
That was you that
Nate.
time.
Hell of a deal.
No?
Hell of a deal. Because I said hell of a deal.
Oh,
Hell of a deal. Mike Game always says the only person to ever say hell of a deal is me.
Yeah, I think
That's the
I
only
would.
way
I
I've
would.
heard of it.
I would agree. I would agree with that.
He's like, nobody
Can
says
I
hell of a
use
deal
that
over you.
in my book?
What, that I have a twang or
No,
hell of a deal?
Can I say hell of a deal in my book?
You might as well.
See, like, you don't ever want to come. I don't really want to.
You don't ever want to go.
Like, I don't want brownback soldiers like marching up on my fucking front door
Brownback
like you're killing our fucking tourism. But this place sucks like whores at a brothel, man. You'd be better off going to the Banning Ranch. I mean, like, it's terrible here. There's nothing to do.
I've had fun hanging with the Rev. He sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, he sounds pretty cool. Like, don't come here. Like, stay on the East Coast.
Don't come
I am
here.
very
Stay in
curious now. When I get
PA.
home, I'm in my car, but when I get home, I pulled over. But when I get home, I'm gonna,
He's
Google
going to stalk
you guys.
us.
Yeah, Google
No,
it.
I'm not gonna stalk you. My wife will not let me do that. But I am going to.
Like when
I
you
am gonna Google.
Google is not going to say much of shit. I mean, it's going to say stay away probably.
No, it doesn't.
That sounded pretty.
Yeah.
I don't know. That sounds more like Tennessee. But
Tennessee.
But I'm gonna Google. Definitely Google Hutchinson and see where it is. Definitely.
It's what 50,000 maybe.
Maybe.
50,000 maybe.
I looked it
talking
up the other
people?
day.
Yeah.
50,000 people.
I don't think it's 50.
I mean, I'm just saying at the most.
Maybe
I said
20
maybe.
or 30.
Yeah.
It got more liquor stores, cigarette places, fast food, and churches than anything. Besides that, there's nothing else here.
But they got rid of gambling.
I didn't even know that they ever had it.
Liquor stores and churches.
Yeah.
Liquor stores and churches and smoke shops and fast food places. That's it.
Really?
Pretty much
And
that's it.
bookstores.
They got one bookstore, maybe.
No, there's more
They
than
got one
No,
bookstore.
I don't even. I thought they got rid of Hastings.
That's
No,
awesome.
no,
They
no.
got one bookstore, maybe.
I can count at least 3.
3? Oh, hey, you know what? On the way here, I can count liquor stores and churches, and 3 is like I count double that. Just on the way here.
Double
Wait,
that
are there
on the-
more liquor stores or are there more churches?
There's probably more churches than liquor stores.
Yeah,
Yeah, because everybody has to have their own flavor.
I mean, I think they're kind of. Me personally, like from where
Hell
I
of a
see,
deal.
I think they're kind of like equal. Because you'll find a church like on a back road that you'll never really see, like next to a school. But then you'll find a liquor store like 3 blocks away, like right on the main street. Like it's that serious. And then you'll find a smoke shop around every corner, and then they got like nothing but fast food.
Wait, when you say smoke shop,
I mean cigarettes, tobacco.
oh, okay.
Yeah, we don't. We're not cool enough to do pot
Oh
in Kansas.
no, this is
Or
Kansas.
allow
Okay, you're not-
medical marijuana.
This is Kansas.
Okay, you're not
Hey, when you get to
Colorado.
when you get to talking about shit like that, you'll get stoned here. Like they'll
No
fuck around
kidding.
and try to kill you.
Shit, you get
I'll try to kill you.
stoned if you write about mermaids.
Shit, I mean this place is like, this is a Bible Belt state.
I think Missouri's worse.
Oh, you're
No.
okay.
No,
Okay.
Missouri's worse.
No, it's not. Oh no, it's not.
Oklahoma might be worse.
Oklahoma's probably worse than Kansas,
Okay, but I've been
but
to.
Missouri is way better than Kansas.
Okay,
like,
then I was in the wrong area when I went to a Comic-Con because it was so much worse
This is
than Kansas.
fantastic.
oh my god. Best advice I can give you: stay away. You'll come here in Kansas on vacation. You'll leave here on probation.
Really?
Oh yeah, really.
After you? Okay. All right.
I like him.
The, the Rev is learning a hell of a lot
Yes.
I'm
today.
definitely Googling
On our
I'm definitely
program.
Googling you guys. I have to figure out, get a better sense of the
Yes.
the culture.
Yes.
I don't know if culture is the right word, but
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't.
Culture's not the right word.
I wouldn't use culture. Like the town that we stay in, like, and this coming from black guy. Less than 50 years
This
ago,
goes from the black guy.
less than like 50 years ago, the KKK was marching down the main street.
the what? Where?
What? Where? Like, you heard me correctly. The KKK was marching down the main
KKK.
street of the
Okay.
town.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Kansas.
Yeah, in Kansas,
Okay.
like less than 50 years ago. Like 50 years ago, like they would have a march
Well, that
down the
was
street.
probably true of a lot of small, towns on the border of
Yes.
the South and
Yes.
a lot of those towns. But oh my gosh, guys!
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. You
This is
don't
a hell of a deal. But
It's bleeding Kansas. What do you expect?
But Rev, we've got to go, my friend. We're going to have our next
I
guest on here in a
understand.
few moments. But I appreciate you making time for us today. Thanks for coming on, brother.
Well, I had fun. Thank you, guys. Appreciate
Definitely.
it.
Have yourself a wonderful day. There goes the
All right,
Reverend
you too.
Peter Unger, the big star, and